Hello and welcome to the Hoof GP. Today we're looking at this cow who we saw about 5 weeks ago. She had double ulcers and real problems, so I'm really eager to see how she's looking now. This is the Hoof GP. If you haven't already done it, smash the subscribe button right now and join the army. So we trimmed this cow about 6 weeks ago and she had bad ulcers on both of her back feet. She's standing there looking quite the thing and walking fairly well, so I'm really eager to see if they really have begun to heal up or not.
So when we first saw this cow, I knew she was definitely lame on this back left foot. So when we picked it up, it was no real surprise to uncover a bloody sole ulcer. We carved away all of the loose and cracked horn round about it, applied a block and cleaned it up as best we could. To my surprise though, when we picked up her second foot, she also had issues on it, in exactly the same spot. She had the beginnings of a sole ulcer, so again, we cleaned it up as best we could and applied a block, and hoped for the best. When the cow left the crush, you could see she is still in pain. She was still limping badly on that back left foot. So I was really keen to get back to this farm and see how she's doing now. The first order of the day is to get her left foot in the air and clean it off to see what progress she's made, or hasn't made. Once it's cleaned off, we can clearly see that it is beginning to heal really well, and I'm happy with the progress, but we won't truly know the extent of our progress until we've cleaned the area up a little more.
So as you can see, the ulcer on her back left foot is really starting to heal up. It's not completely healed, it's definitely not there yet. So what we're doing is scrubbing off the old wooden block back to fresh, nice, clean wood and sticking a new one on over the top. Now the reason for that is we want this block to stay on for another 4 or 5 weeks. If we put a rubber one on, it would stay on for too long. This wooden one will just give it that extra boost to get it through that extra mile and hopefully completely heal her. Let's finish trimming it out and then crack on with the right hand foot. Now this hoof horn is actually a lot harder than usual because that block is elevating it out of the wet manure and allowing it to dry out and really harden up, which is good.
Code Brown. It has cleaned up really nicely and there's nice, fresh, clean new horn covering the area.
Now we'll just give it a little spray just to make sure that dermatitis doesn't start to attack the area. I just removed the front portion of that block at an angle to make sure that she doesn't trip over it or misstep at all. It allows for a nice rollover and she'll walk much more comfortably because of it. Or at least that's the idea. Next foot. Foot number 2. Again, this one is looking pretty good as well. We need to inspect it fully before we decide whether or not it's going to need another block applied. So this one has almost completely healed. I'm really happy with the result here. This horn here will still be very thin, so we'll need to replace this block with a slightly thicker one, just to make sure that it doesn't start to become a big issue again. But other than that, we're good.
It may sound silly to be so invested in a cow, but I didn't really get a good look at how she's walking before she came into the crush. So I'm desperate to get this block on and get her out of the crush so that I can see any improvements over last time.
I just want to make absolutely certain that I've modelled this area out as much as I possibly can without taking it too thin, so that she gets the maximum amount of relief possible.
Watching this video, my knives really don't look sharp, but I can assure you they're like razors. It's just this hoof horn is incredibly tough.
That is definitely a satisfactory result.
I'm really happy with the progress of this lesion as well. She must be in way less pain than she was the first time we saw her. But the proof of the pudding is in the walking.
Good news as well, folks. I thought Craig was still drinking his old coffee, but he's not. And he's made me one. Happy days. It's also nice to have him back. Don't tell him I said it, though.
Right here, buddy.
Do you like my cup? What do you think? We've got a channel sponsor, in case you didn't notice the new intro. And the weird thing is, I approached them. EasyFix are an absolutely awesome company, and the reason I know so much about them and like them so much is because my stepfather worked for them, or with them, for years, because he, as a hoof trimmer for 27 years, really believed in their products as well. They are fantastic at producing comfort-enhancing products for cows all around the world. Go check out the website. It's in the description. It's a bit snowy today. Just a smidgen. That's me, finished this video.
And headed homeward. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Oopsie daisy.